Primeape throwing the Night Slash right here. It is a Hypno counter confirmed. Is this going to be enough to knock out the Azumarill? Boom! There it is. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like JoaoARamirezV, thank you for the support. In today's video, we're taking a look at some more Season 7 battles. This time we are featuring Primeape in the lead spot. Now, Primeape is a very interesting Pokemon. Did get access to Weather Ball very briefly, then was shortly removed from GBL. As a result, that move was taken away, and now Ice Punch is still there. That's a new move for Primeape, and it does provide it some very nice coverage. Now, for this video, I will be pairing Primeape with Munchlax, operating as the safe switch. I know I usually run Deoxys, still don't feel comfortable running Deoxys in these early ranked battles, so I want to test out some new stuff. Munchlax is a very good safe switch option for a lot of you. We're going to be running Gunk Shot on it, mostly for the memes. Gunk Shot isn't the preferred moveset you want to run. Definitely want Body Slam for sure. And then as a second move, it's between Gunk Shot or Bulldoze. Bulldoze is a bit better because it will provide coverage for, say, the matches when you get stuck with a Stunfisk or a Bastiodon. You're really going to want that Bulldoze threat. However, for this video, going to go with Gunk Shot, see if we can land some trash cans on some Azumarills and maybe some other Pokemon for fun. Rounding out the back for this team is going to be our trusty Galvantula. I think it's a very good Pokemon that works great as a lead, as a switch, and as a closer. In this video, we're going to take a look at it as a closer, something I normally don't do with Galvantula in my videos. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment in the comments section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. So in today's video, we're taking a look at one set of battles. I have decided to slow these battles down though in comparison to some of my more recent videos. The reason for this is because there are a couple of interesting spots that pop up that I do want to provide a bit more analysis over. So here you can see we have a Hypno lead into Primeape, obviously a very bad lead. I'm going to switch out into Munchlax. We do still have Galvantula in the back later for that Hypno, so I'm not too worried about it. The opponent brings in a Scrafty here. So at this point, what I'm thinking right away is that this is probably a line that consists of Umbreon in the back, the same line that was featured recently on Zionic's channel. I believe it is the Verg line, double dark with the Hypno lead. So at this point, I decide that I actually go for the Gunk Shot here, which is not the right play. Body Slam actually ends up doing more damage. Like, you get 2 Body Slams for the same cost of a Gunk Shot, and the 2 Body Slams do more damage than the Gunk Shot. So go Body Slam against Scrafty, but the opponent throws energy there, which is really good for me because now I can come in Primeape and actually farm down before they get to another move. So that's a big break for me right there that the opponent actually threw at the Munchlax, and now Hypno comes in. So I'm hoping to get a shield here with the Night Slash, and I'm going to instantly switch out into the Galvantula. Now we face a bit of lag here, which is never good. Hoping that this move does go through. It does, and there's no shield, so I swap out into Galvantula, and I'm expecting Umbreon there, so not sure if he's going to switch out immediately. At this point, I know he's staying in to throw a Fire Punch, so I'm going to throw this Lunge here, and then I'm going to shield up whatever he throws. Even if he doesn't have Fire Punch, I sneak in the extra Volt Switch there, which is very good for us. I'm going to shield this up, and let's see if he stays in or decides to switch out. At this point, the opponent switches out into their Umbreon, so because the opponent actually switched out so late, the switch timer is desynced. As a result of that, I'm going to look to switch into my Primeape at some point. So because they still have 1 shield left, what I'm going to decide to do here actually is shield up this foul play, and then once I get to this lunge right here, I'm going to decide to switch out into the Primeape so that I have this lunge banked after for the Hypno when it comes back in. The reason for this is because Galvantula will win CMP tie against the Hypno, so as long as I have this move ready in the back, I will win no matter how much energy that Hypno has. Because our switch timers are desynced, I could safely come in here with Primeape, take whatever the Umbreon throws at me, and farm it down to have energy to throw Night Slash at that Hypno to get the last shield. So you could see right here, the Umbreon's going to throw a move at me. I'm going to let this go through. I have no shields anyways, but it's not going to KO. I should be able to farm down here with counter. After farming down, I should have the Night Slash ready, which is going to get the final shield from the Hypno. At this point, the game is over, because even if they shield this and get to a move after, my Galvantula is going to win CMP tie. So there's nothing the opponent could do at this point. And Primeape is actually so OP that I don't even need the Galvantula. Primeape throwing the Night Slash right here, it is a Hypno counter confirmed. So we take that first game. Let's move into battle number 2 right there. That was a very difficult lead as well in Hypno. Rodrigo VM94 in match number 2. So we're going to be leading Primeape into a Venusaur. So this is actually a pretty decent match now because we have Ice Punch available to Primeape. So I don't mind this matchup. What I'm going to look to do is actually throw the Ice Punch first and then hopefully switch out into my Munchlax to absorb this Frenzy Plant. So let's see if the opponent decides to shield. They do. I bring out the Munchlax here. The opponent's staying in. So again, the switch clock is running at this point. So it is going to be a little distinct. I decided to no shield this and preserve my shields because Munchlax is very tanky. They come in with a Blastoise here. So at this point, I'm going to go for Body Slam. We have a lot of energy, of course. And one Hydro Cannon is going to knock us out. Body Slam goes through. I should get to a second one here. This is going to put the Blastoise in the red. But at this point, they should maintain switch pretty easily. They actually choose to burn the shield. And it looks like they're actually going for the farm down here, which, believe it or not, allows me to get to this final Body Slam, which is going to be enough to knock out the Blastoise. So I end up winning switch in the 1 vs 0 shield with a 50% Munchlax against the full health Blastoise. So think about how crazy that is. And I know how the opponent feels there. That sucks. I've tried doing that in the past, farming something now without shields, burns me after, and it's a really bad feeling. But when it pays off, you have a lot of energy after, it could win you a game. In this case, a bit unfortunate for the opponent. They come back in with Venusaur. There's really nothing they could do here. I have 2 shields, I'm gonna knock it out. They have a Sableye in the back. So all I have to do here really is just throw the lunge. I have a shield, so we're gonna get 2 lunges anyways. Opponent realizes that, backs out. We take that game, we're off to a 2-0 start here in this set. Semblante here in the next matchup, who is a legend from Season 6, as you can tell by the clothes and the avatar. We got Primeape into Shadow Abomasnow. This is a very good lead for Primeape, so I expect the opponent to switch out immediately, which they do into Sableye. Now, I'm going to throw a move here. I'm going to go for the Night Slash, and after throwing this, I'm going to swap out into my Munchlax. The reason I throw this is to make this matchup a bit more favorable. Sorry, I'm going to switch out into my Galvantula, actually. So, pretty interesting. I guess Galvantula has a good matchup against Sableye. Probably a better matchup than Munchlax, but I'm going to be forced to burn shields here now, whereas I feel if I came with the Munchlax, I could probably preserve one. So let's see how this plays out. Like, I should maintain switch here no matter what at this point, but I'm going to have to burn both shields. So is the opponent, of course, but I should be able to outpace them to the next lunge, which means I'm going to win switch, and then they're going to come back in with the Abomasnow. They can't farm me down, so they're going to have to be forced to throw a Weather Ball at this Galvantula, or else I will get to another lunge, at which point I'll come in with Primeape. So this is a shields down game at this point. Let's see how it plays out. You can see right here, if they didn't throw this move, I would have got to the lunge. So very well played on the opponent's part to recognize the timing right there. Gonna come in with Primeape, expecting to swap out immediately. They bring in Azumarill. I could have probably farmed up a bit more energy there, but I just got so excited by the potential Gunk Shot here that I just switched in immediately. Now Gunk Shot does about 60% of damage worth to Azumarill, so we get hit by the Hydro Pump. That's not good. Was hoping they didn't have Hydro Pump, but you can see I'm over farming now until I feel like they're at the point where Gunk Shot's going to KO. So the Gunk Shot's going to come through right here. Is this going to be enough to knock out the Azumarill? Boom! There it is. Abomasnow comes back in. Now I'm building up a lot of energy before throwing, just in case, or just so that I could try force them to throw their energy instead. They don't, so Body Slam comes through. And I'm really hoping that Primeape can survive whatever this Abomasnow is going to throw at it. I did sneak in a counter there, so one more should be enough to win this game. And look at that. Did you see that? The Abomasnow just vanished out of nowhere. Those counters put in work against the Shadow. Take that game. Got really scared there towards the end. JoaoARamirezV here in the next matchup. That last one was pretty crazy. Let's see how this one is. We got Roserade spiced right here. Primeape into Roserade. This isn't a great matchup. However, Ice Punch is going to hurt. The thing is, Roserade is super spammy, so I'm probably going to look to shield this first move, then bait with Night Slash because I totally expect them to shield a potential Ice Punch. And then I'm going to swap out into my Munchlax once this lag gets out of the way. A lot of lag, it looks like, in today's sets, so I'm gonna go for the Night Slash bait here. Really need the shield to come up. Definitely gonna shield this. There's no way they don't shield, right? Yeah, so the shield comes up. Now I'm gonna look to farm up and switch into Munchlax. Was trying to catch the Weather Ball there. They threw a bit late, but they're still throwing the energy, so this is fine. Munchlax, super bulky, as you could see, takes that quite well, and they swap out into Vigoroth. This is not good, of course, because Vigoroth has a very positive matchup here. Now I'm gonna throw this Body Slam, and then I'm going to bring in the Primeape once this Munchlax goes down, try to build up a bunch of energy here. Don't want to use any shields on the Munchlax at this point, just let it go down here. Hope that this does knock out the Munchlax so they don't get more farm, and it does. So now I'm going to come in with the Primeape, going to let the switch timer come up a little bit, and now I'm going to look to farm down completely. So I'm going to shield this up, and I'm hoping I could farm down before it gets to another move. It's very important here, and we are able to do that. So I'm very close to 100 energy at this point. They come in with Skarmory, wasn't expecting that, so I throw an Ice Punch. Now it's very important that I lead this matchup with a move ready, so that's what I do. I banked it, come in with the Galvantula, have to get to this lunge as quickly as possible because Weather Ball is going to threaten my Galvantula. Now that I have debuffed it, I should be able to survive one, and at this point, I don't know if this is lag or if the opponent purposely stopped attacking so that I'd have less to farm down with my Primeape. I feel like that was intentional. I don't think it was lag, but I could be wrong. Either way, they end up going down because the Weather Ball doesn't KO. I think the opponent thought it would, but because of the debuff, it doesn't, which means I'm going to get off this discharge against the Skarmory, which is all I needed because I'm going to be able to win CMP tie here against the Skarmory with the Primeape. Night Slash going to be enough to take this out. We are going to take this game and move to a 4-0 start here for the video. And here we see the lag. I don't know if this is just lag from the opponent's side or if they left the game out of anger, maybe from lag earlier with the Roserade, or because maybe it was an intentional move and they were disappointed it didn't work. I don't know. WallaceHuynh here in the next matchup. So let's see what we're going to be seeing here. We got Primeape into a Tropius. Actually, I don't know if we're 3-0 or 4-0. I think we're 3-0 actually. So this is a really bad lead, but it's not horrible because Ice Punch does do a lot of damage. So I'm going to look to do here is throw the Ice Punch, then swap out into my Munchlax. As we have seen, that is the trend with this team. They let it go through, which is huge. And they have some energy stored. They come in with Sableye here, right? So they didn't throw anything at the Munchlax. So at this point, I realized they have a lot of energy there that's stored. So I might need to preserve shields here. I know that my Galvantula is a good match against Tropius, so if I want to win switch here, it is an option. I'm going to go for the Gunk Shot here against the Sableye. A lot of trash cans being thrown today. Boom, there's another one. And the Sableye, at this point, I could decide to shield this, farm down, maintain switch. But because that Tropius is actually so low in health and has a lot of energy, I'm going to let this go down instead, so that I could come in and farm down and save my shields for the energy that that Tropius has. Because I'll have two shields and because I let that Ice Punch go through, it's so low in health that even if I come with Primeape, I could shield up and farm it down. So that's what I'm thinking at this point. The Sableye is going to throw the move here. It is the return, which is going to knock me out. Now I'm going to come in, farm this thing down with the Galvantula, and I'm expecting the Tropius to probably come back in unless they have something better. If they have a Stunfisk, again, I'd be in a problem, but they come in with Umbreon, which is actually very good for me. So I'm going to throw the lunge right here, and they're going to shield it up. So with two shields, I should be pretty good here. That Tropius in the back, it's actually slow at this point that I think Primeape even could handle it if I had to. I'm going to shield up everything here, of course, at this point, and they get another move. So I might decide to shield this or let it go through. Let's see, I'm going to shield it up again. And they swap out into Tropius to catch this move. I don't know if they were intending to catch. They're probably trying to throw their move, but they do lose CMP ties, so they let it go down with the energy. Umbreon comes back in at this point. I know I could throw the lunge here. This is going to lower the attack on the Umbreon, actually gets the shield, and at this point, it's pretty much game over. I'm going to get to one more lunge here, so all I have to do is take this. It shouldn't KO, throw the lunge, and then swap out into Primeape, which is going to have a pretty easy matchup at this point. Going to be able to farm down with the counter, and we're going to be able to take this game against a very difficult lead again in Tropius onto Primeape. So you can see right here, anything it throws isn't going to do any damage. Last Resort comes through, does a lot, but with the debuff, not enough to KO the Primeape. We take that game, and now I believe we're off to a 4-0 start heading into the 5th match of this set. So let's see. No, that was the 5th match. Okay, so I totally got lost in the battles. Either way, 5-0 set right there. Really enjoyed this team. Primeape, super OP. Munchlax, great save swap. So those were the battles with Primeape with the newly added Ice Punch to its moveset. You could see it performed pretty well even in situations where we had a bad lead. Munchlax operated as a pretty solid safe swap, so I do like this team. Will it perform as you rank up higher? Not so sure, but I think in these lower ranks where we currently are, it's a very fun team to try out if you have the Pokemon available to you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.